to you. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Business News. My name is Dianime Uko. Please remember that this broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes Channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. As the rain intensifies with its effect on lives and property due to flood disaster, business owners and residents of Uyo are advised to be mindful of their environment during this season. To this end, Akwa Ibom State Government is mapping out strategies to reduce the effects of flooding to the barest minimum to allow conducive buying and selling in the state. Business News tonight will also highlight some reports we brought your way during the week, as well as the just played football match between Nigeria and South Africa in Uyo. This and more will come your way just in a moment. Please stay with us. We now bring you the news in detail. Akwa Ibom State Government has inaugurated a committee to domesticate the National Women Economic Empowerment Policy. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare charged the committee to diligently discharge their duties in line with the Arise agenda of the state government. Emediong Umo reports.
The inauguration of Committee for Domestication of National Women Economic Empowerment Policy is to ensure that women in the state are empowered to contribute efficiently to national development. The committee is saddled with the responsibility of executing effective monitoring and evaluation of a project framework that will give women in the state a hope for a brighter future.
One of the things we'll look into the national policy and see what is there, and then see how we can adopt it to meet the state needs.
I urge all members of the committee to do same, to ensure that this vital document is domesticated to our own context in the state to guide women empowerment activities in the state.
I know anything that involves women and men, it means it is for the generality of all. Whatever idea we have to make it what we want, we will try to domesticate it.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Ini Adiakpan, is emphasizing the need for committee members to embrace objectives of the project, bearing in mind gender equality cannot be achieved if women are not economically empowered.
And a framework like that will help us to track all empowerment programs, not just trying to know the impact it has got on the women of the state and how they have made use of it, how they have been strengthened for political, social, economic, and health engagement.
Akwa Ibom State is among the 6 states selected for domestication of the National Women Economic Empowerment Policy Monitoring and Evaluation Framework. In Uyo, Emediong Umo, NTA News.
Moving away from there, Akwa Ibom State's Gender-Based Violence Management Committee has taken the sensitization against all forms of gender abuse to markets in Isienudem local government area. Clement Barikwi reports that as part of the sensitization, the committee members distributed a simplified version of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law to the market women.
The message to the traders at Ikpeanang Market was clear, and it focused on the need for them to shun all forms of violence, rape and defilement, while reporting same whenever it occurs to the committee. The sensitization was joined by the Isienudem Gender-Based Violence Unit, and it will be taken to churches and other markets across the state.
So I'm very, very happy because it's a full market, and I'm sure we have reached out to over 1,000 people at one go, and that's what we are going to do in all the local government areas in Akwa Ibom State. the essence of this sensitization is a 1 month long sensitization that is going to go on all over Akwa Ibom State.
Honestly, it's been really amazing. We've already had one woman report an issue there of domestic violence, and we'll take it up from there. So the women are really interested. Seeing all of them coming to us, asking for the flyers and the phone numbers that they can reach out to, it shows that the message has really gone very well. And when you look at most of these women, they are mostly the vulnerable ones. They are mostly the people that their children are victims of these issues.
Some of the traders, including the market chairman, appreciate the state government's bold step to end domestic violence, rape, and other unhealthy practices against women, children, and the girl child.
Happy for this program, the GBV, and I'm in support. In as much as my husband is in support, I am fully in support.
I also thank the wife of the governor, Mrs. Patient Omoino, for this program.
Make man no carry small child go rape. To rape woman, a small girl, is not good.
The event is part of activities to mark this year's Akwa Ibom State Gender-Based Violence Awareness Month. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Moving on, stakeholders say good governance begins with electing leaders who consider the welfare of citizens as priority. They spoke at the 15th Open Forum Town Hall meeting in commemoration of Nigeria's 2024 Democracy Day. A correspondent completes the story.
It is a town hall meeting, and the conversation is on distinguishing between politics and governance. The agreement here is that there is need to restructure the country and give more economic powers to the federating units. Other submissions are that the government must move beyond distribution of palliatives to cushion effect of the biting economy to fixing it, while power supply must be stable to encourage production.
Good governance can bring us the welfareism in Nigeria. I am a state, a welfare state, that when you retire, you move off where to retire to.
The last election threw up leadership at all levels, and these leaders, they have visions which we have to key in, and we cannot key in if we do not understand what governance or democracy is all about.
It does not matter the vehicle that you enter to arrive at that destination. You are expected to do public good for everyone.
The influence of traditional institutions in the grassroots provide a stable system rooted in the history, culture, and the tradition of several ethnic groups.
The guest speaker then addresses the issue of good governance and the economy.
I'm going to say that you are making progress, or the economy is being diversified. That sector must give you at least 40% to GDP. In Nigeria, since 1960, it's less than 10%. What we are calling manufacturing is packaging, bottling, and assembling. Sometimes on value chain. Good governance should result in transparency, accountability, and comprehensiveness in the conduct of government business.
Participants share their thoughts on the subject matter, while the event also featured the launch of a support fund for the Open Forum initiative. Dianime.
Moving on to other stories. Akwa Ibom, like other states below the Niger Delta Belt, has been having its own fair share of flood disaster with attendant effect on lives and property. Umar Basiedet reports that with the early prediction by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, this year, the Akwa Ibom state government is mapping out strategies to reduce effect of flooding to the barest minimum.
Year after year, flooding has remained a perennial experience for residents in Akwa Ibom State. The onset of the rains and the release of water from the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon often leaves the Niger River overflowing, with a ripple effect on states within its lower belt. This further leaves thousands of persons displaced as houses and property are submerged. Farmlands are not spared, and in extreme cases, there is loss of lives. Experts say the risk of flooding and impact on human and economic activities cannot be overemphasized.
Look at climate as a resource and also as something we have to harness for our advantage. Otherwise, we just take the nonchalant attitude, we will be overtaken by effects of climate change.
It's about being decisive about what we do, utilizing the benefit of data.
There are some places houses are not supposed to be built.
This year, the Akwa Ibom State government is, however, matching words with actions, as demonstrated with the recent inauguration of an underground flood control tunnel. Government also plans to demolish any structure built on water channels in order to mitigate flooding and collapse of buildings.
As it stands, government has no alternative than to bring down those structures so that channels for the water to flow into the main drainage will be created. It's an emergency situation.
Akwa Ibom State government says with proactive measures put in place alongside its flood control programs, the effect of flooding would be minimal in Akwa Ibom State. In Uyo, Umar Basedate, NTA News.
In a related development, in keeping with its commitment to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals 13 on climate action, Oriental Energy Resources Limited has donated a climate monitoring and observation station to the University of Uyo. The facility was handed over to the institution in a ceremony in Uyo. Clement Barikui completes the story.
With the adverse effect of climate change increasing by the day in countries around the world, including Nigeria, urgent steps are needed to mitigate the effect of these life-threatening situations. Accurate data on climate change is the first step to addressing these changing weather conditions, and Oriental Energy Resources Limited is taking the lead.
Hereby hand over the equipment manuals to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Uyo.
Beyond donating the climate monitoring and observation station to University of Uyo, Oriental Energy Resources Limited, according to representative of the managing director, Mr. Mustafa Ndimi, has continued to make progress towards reduction of emissions from its operations.
The core areas of our social investment interventions in Akwa Ibom State are community health, education and human capital development, enterprise development and support, as well as capacity building for sustainable development. We have several examples of completed projects and programs which attest to our philosophy on social investment in the last few years.
Vice Chancellor of University of Uyo, Professor Nyaudon Dayo, and others say with the donation to the institution, Oriental Energy Resources Limited has once again demonstrated that it cares for members of its host communities.
By what has happened today, Oriental Energy Resources Limited has provided the necessary resources. Of course, it has to do with resources, and thus actualize the dream of what they have proposed.
The CSR initiative goes beyond simply writing a check. It's indeed a strategic investment in our future.
Let me appreciate Oriental Energy Limited for the milestone achievement to typify its rich history of human capacity development through various infrastructural, technical, vocational, and educational supply services.
The Climate Monitoring and Observation Station will provide practical experience for the various components of climatology and climate change studies in the university, among others. The team had earlier paid a classical on the Vice Chancellor in Council before proceeding to inaugurate and hand over the climate facility. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
You're watching Business News tonight on NTA Channel 12. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
One passenger, big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital?
Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o, make you dey sure, because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB test and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 or dial *3340# for more information. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinale Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinale Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinale Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinale Water. Tested, trusted, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. For inquiries, call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinale Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
One passenger. Big auntie, go enter this bus.
Ha! Oga conductor, this kind cough na serious matter. You suppose go hospital.
Hospital care.
Haba, doctors don talk am say different types of cough dey. Some na dry cough, but this your own na wet cough e be.
Big auntie, na God go bless you. I don tire for this my conductor and him cough wey no gree go. E fit even be tuberculosis.
Conductor, go check am o, make you dey sure, because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment, na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better information. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. Let's take you through some business stories. Some traders in Uyo have appealed to the state government to totally abolish market unions to enable free flow of goods and trading activities at lower prices. Some traders in Akpanandem and other markets in the state capital insist that despite the news making the rounds about the abolition of unions, the unions are still coordinating and controlling prices of goods. John Paul Alumona, who visited some markets, reports that the status quo remains.
Hungry don't kill me, oh. See me here. My belly don't flat, oh, because no Gary, no money to buy food, no money to drink again.
Gary, okra, water leaf, periwinkle. Come on, periwinkle, have union. Periwinkle, fish, tomatoes, oil. In short, every self. There is nothing that don't have union in this market except Ekboroko. The union is still going on in the market. That is why the prices of food are higher.
The incessant hike in the prices of goods at Akpanandem market and other markets in Uyo, allegedly backed by the market leadership and the unions, have become a source of worry to Uyo residents. It is against this backdrop that the meeting of market presidents and senior special assistant to the governor on market matters ceremoniously abolished the market unions through their communique. But traders say the market unions are still in full force.
Because of the union let everything to be going up. Everything, even Maggi, as anything that has union, let everything going up. So is that what the union is very, very stubborn.
They should cancel union because we are suffer. We cannot bring fruit from outside. Some of these old women, they do bring fruit from village to sell. But when they came to market union, they were not able to bring it inside. They will take it back.
This is not unconnected to the continuous hike in the prices of gari, periwinkle, water leaves, tomatoes, and other major foodstuffs in the markets.
If you want to buy pepper now, or you have 100 naira to buy pepper, you will not divide the pepper for you 100 naira, you say 200. You can just turn to all these markets, you will not see 100 naira pepper. Without 200 naira, you will not sell it for you. As for now, I'm carrying 100 naira to buy pepper, but I'm not seeing 100 naira pepper. You say now to 200 naira pepper. So we want government to help us reduce the price of something. It's too much for us.
The price of things are getting higher every day, so we are finding it difficult to get things at the normal price. I think the union thing really affects the prices because they could buy some women can come from the villages and try to sell it cheaper, but because of union and they have to buy ticket, they have to do also. So removing the union thing could really go a long way to help.
You know, it says signing, but they don't cancel any union at all. Let them cancel the union. The price of things is going down and okay.
It is the hope of the traders that the state government will take practical steps to eradicate market unions by sacking those market leaders who encourage the unions to continue despite state government's efforts. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
Up next is sports. Super Eagles of Nigeria forced the Bafana Bafana of South Africa to a 1-1 draw in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier played at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium on Friday night. John Paul Alumona reports that the Nigerian side started the first half poorly despite massive home support.
The 30,000 seating capacity Godswill Akpabio International Stadium Uyo was filled to capacity as the Super Eagles of Nigeria fired out against the Bafana Bafana of South Africa in one of the battles of Group C in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match. The Super Eagles started the game on wrong footing as the South Africans took the lead in the 27th minute of the first half and defended the lead until the break. However, Super Eagles of Nigeria equalized through Fisayo Dele Bashiru in the 46th minute of the second half and mounted more pressures on the visitors but could not convert their chances as it ended 1-1 at the end of the regulation time.
The result is correct. Draw. We had our chances. Nigeria had their chances. But I have to congratulate my players. As you know or you don't know, we had a terrible travel to Nigeria Wednesday.
Yeah, first half I felt we should have done a little bit better or enter the game a little bit quicker. It didn't happen, so we considered that goal. But I think the players reacted so well in the second half, and it's not the best result that we wanted, but yeah, a draw is better than losing. We'll get our heads up and see how we can win the next match.
I'll say, yeah, we got 3 points, but this is football. You know, we all want to win. Sometimes we don't get the points, but it doesn't change the fact that we've got good team, quality players. For us approaching the second game, this is like an eye-opener because the second half was so great. And I think if we can approach the way we played in the second half, I think we're going to get something in the next game.
As it stands in Group C, Lesotho topped the group with 5 points, followed by Rwanda, Benin Republic, and South Africa with 4 points each, while Nigeria have 3 points in the 5th position and Zimbabwe 2 points. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
With that story of the Super Eagles and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, it's a wrap on Business News tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Before we go, please remember to be a star. Join NTA's campaign to stand against rape and rapists. Do have a good night.